Bro, dude, what's good, my boy? Your favorite beer is Tsingtao? Unfortunately, a 12-pack is $25 here. I had that shit. I used to buy it because like it was like in an Asian supermarket near my house, and I would watch TV and like drink it. It's not bad. It's not bad. Tsingtao tastes pretty good. And the local beer over here is called Tiger beer. Singapore like beer is Tiger. Tiger uppercut. Tiger flame. Tiger knee. $25. Yo, you have no idea, man. Alcohol in Singapore is like expensive as fuck. Alcohol and cigarettes. Oh shit, it's been a while, man. It's been a while. It's been a while since I fought these boys. These boys. Oh, this guy actually drops a smithing stone. Tiger sounds like a good time. It tastes pretty good, but the only complaint I have of it is like it feels like more gassy. Like whenever I drink Tiger beer, like my stomach like feels like it bloats up more. But I do have the skill of burping, so whenever I drink Tiger, I had to like burp a little extra. You know? And you know, like I used to steal beer from my landlady, cause I used to rent this house. I used to rent this room where I live with like a family, right? I live with this like lady, her husband, her kids, and her grandkids. It was a pretty big family. It was a pretty big house. And like during like special events, they would actually like keep beer in their fridge. And like I would only do my laundry like really late into the night. Right? Like I would do my laundry around midnight or around like, you know, I would do my laundry really late. And then I would open up the fridge and I would try to take like 2 to 3 cans. Like I would sometimes see like how many cans of beer they have, because I don't have a fridge in my room, right? And like I live so far away from like a convenience store that I have to if I would buy beer, I would have to carry that shit back. And that was like before like Singapore had this like amazing delivery system where you can literally buy anything. So you know, like whenever you want to get something, you have to like go to the grocery store, get it yourself, and cart it back to where you live, right? So I would steal beer from like the fridge. And it felt really good, man. Like any beer that is free, you don't have to pay for it, tastes like amazing. Alex says, when you said landlady, I remember the landlady from Kung Fu Hustle. Yeah, the landlady I live with carried that same energy. Right? So you remember that lady from Kung Fu Hustle, the landlady? She has that same vibe. But she's a good person. Like initially when I first moved in, it just felt like she was like kind of like uptight and shit. But like eventually, you know, she found out I was cool. Like I found out that she was cool. And she was a really dope lady. She actually like fought cancer and she got over that shit. And she was like there for me when I broke up with my ex. And she gave me a lot of good advice. And I literally remember like the first time I like, you know, talked to her. You know, like, we had a smoke. I offered her a cigarette. Yeah. She's a really cool lady. I still miss her sometimes. I think I should drop her a text. Cause I eventually moved out, right? Like, I got my own place right now. But it was like good times. She was always there for me. And she has like 3 sons. She had like one son that is like, you know, he kind of like lived like away from her, and her other 2 sons like lived with her. But her sons were also really cool guys, but they were kind of like bums. You know what I'm saying? They were always like hanging around her. I think like she kind of gave them money. But I think she was rolling in it because like she lived in like a really big house, and I think she is successful. I think she works in like Singapore Defense. So she works in like what you would consider like the military. but I think she's in intelligence. Like literally, this lady that I live with was in Singapore intelligence. So she was cool, man. Yo, but the grandma that lived in that house didn't like me at all. And I think it was my fault, right? Because I would come home and I would see the grandma watching TV, and I was like kind of shy, right? So I wouldn't say anything. I would just like kind of like put my head down and just like, you know, because like the door was behind the couch, and I would just like quietly go up the stairs, and she wouldn't like take her eyes off me, and I wouldn't say shit. And I didn't know it was a tradition like to actually like say hi to old people. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess that's kind of obvious, but you know, it's like, you know, I should have known better. I should have known better, man. And the grandma was always suspicious of me. Right? She always thought that I was gonna steal some shit. So whenever I come down to do my laundry, she would like keep eyes on me. You know what I mean? I guess I don't really blame her. Like if I had a stranger living in my house, I would be like really on the ball too. You know what I mean? Hold up, guys. Gotta write this shit down. Yeah. The grandma probably stole beers too, and you were her rival. Now, I think she's actually pretty sweet, but I was kind of an asshole, right? Because like, you know, back when I was living with them, like the first time, like I didn't like sound. Because, you know, I was really used to living in places that were really quiet. And when I lived with them, like they would turn up the TV like really loud. And the grandma, like she couldn't hear as well, I guess. So I would like come downstairs and like kind of be like, hey, do you mind like lowering the TV? And you know, to be honest, that wasn't really my place. To be honest, like, you know, like if anything, like they should have told me to fuck off, right? Because I was in their house. You know what I'm saying? And eventually I got used to it. I got used to the sound, you know. And like every weekend, like the family would do karaoke. And they would sing, and it would be fucking loud, bro. And they would sing like these really loud Asian songs. Dame dame, dame yo, dame nano yo. You know, they would sing, right? And I'll be like, oh my god, I can't stand that shit. Eventually I got used to it. And you know, whenever I would bring girls home, they would be like, how do you stand this shit? And I'll be like, stand what? Stand the sound. And I was like, oh yeah, I kind of forgot about the sound. I got used to it. What you talking about, girl? You tripping.